Welcome back to Case Break Analysis. I'm JT with another Case Break simulation. Today we got 2022 Obsidian football. This is a Panini product, obviously, because it's football. If you're new to my channel or you just need a reminder, I'm about to give you a bunch of advice. I'm going to tell you some of the breakdowns, and I'm going to give you some of the information about this product and which teams have the most cards, autographs, memorabilia, etc. This advice is, while I think it's good, I've even followed it today. I bought into a break based on my own advice. I am not responsible for any of the decisions you make to purchase teams. And if you don't hit, you don't hit. This is sort of like gambling. So please keep that in mind. This is just advice. This is not me telling you to do anything. What is Obsidian? Obsidian, well, the word obsidian not kind of, it does come from volcanic material that gets morphed into like a shiny rock. It's black, looks really great. And that's kind of what the aesthetics here are. It's got this dark aesthetic. It's black, a lot of black backgrounds and borders, and then it's got a lot of foil to highlight different features or supplement what would be printed normally. So they got like foil lines and shapes. The color variations are kind of cool. They have more of like a gothic look to them. So even when there's color in them, they're kind of cloudy, or the coloration is just it's more dull than it would be normally. Maybe even a little darker of a shade. So it kind of continues that obsidian style. And the overall design, it's kind of described as dark and moody. It's interesting. It's a cool product, and I think it looks good. Very atmospheric, very earthy and natural. The main themes you're going to see in a lot of the parallels and a lot of the insert cards are these geometric shapes and lines. Again, those are mostly foil patterns and lines, so that they're not printed. And it's really cool because these are on a chrome, this Optichrome design. But you couldn't find a lot of information about Optichrome. I'm sure there's a patent out there somewhere that I could read. But it's chrome. Let's just be honest here. And so chrome foil under chrome tends to look pretty cool, and really, so they've got these volcanic themes. But as you're going to see, and as I've stated many times with Panini, their insert sets get way off the rails. They almost mean nothing. They try to keep the theme for maybe what seems like 2 out of the 10 or so insert sets, and then they just kind of go off the rails. But like there's a magma theme, and they try to keep like aurora for naturally occurring events, and I don't know, they kind of just trail off from there. There's a limited print run with these as well, so that's a theme here, is that even the base cards are going to be hard to chase. There's probably fewer base cards than there would be in most Panini products because there's only 1 per box. And I think the print run is going to be very low. The parallels are under this electric etch moniker, and even though I spelled mimic wrong or forgot the I, they kind of look like what you'd see on like an old school Viking battle axe. The etching that has like darker metal shades and lighter metal shades to kind of look really artful on something you're about to go kill people with in battle. So this etching is kind of like, it's kind of the main eye point. It's the eye-catching thing. It's kind of the main, what am I trying to say here? It's what you remember about these cards. So you get 12 boxes per case with 7 cards per box and pack, because that's all there are in a pack, and there's only 1 per box. So this product is released coming this Friday. If you're watching this in the future, thanks for watching after the product's been released. Things tend to slow down on YouTube after that. But what you get is 4 autograph or memorabilia cards, 2 parallels or inserts, and 1 base. So sometimes this is hard with the case break simulations that I do because they do this, but I think I've mostly figured it out by now. Aesthetically, these are cool cards. I actually think Obsidian's one of the better football cards that are made. This background here, I guess it's interesting. I could do without the players it's kind of just like the line drawing that you could do on some sort of iPhone filter or whatever. But the card looks nice. It looks like it's going to be high quality, mid to upper tier, high end, middle end, if that's even a word, for these cards. And then they have this new, I got this from Beckett.com. This is new, the Electric Etch Neon Mojo. It's out of 5. And you can kind of see some of that etching in the back there. This one's more patterned, but there are some that are a little more wild. So that is an example of that. Now they do have a lot of jersey and patch stuff. Again, they love the NFL shield. Panini is going to drive the NFL shield into the ground until it no longer has any value. But right now it's still valuable. So you can see these designs here. They have just these geometric shapes, diamonds and lines and different patterns, different shadings. These cards are really nice. I know a lot of people hesitate to buy black bordered cards because they nick easily and maybe not grade as well. But as long as you have a competent breaker who cleans the surfaces before a break and you don't kind of slide these around, I don't think you should see a problem because it is a chrome material, which tend to be a little more durable. Sticker autos, again, I have expressed my desire to eliminate clear stickers forever. I'm not sure. I've never bought this product, so I don't know if these little lines are underneath the sticker. It looks like they are, and the sticker is going to be clear. These clear stickers suck. Make the stickers a little bit more personal, but I think everything in this product is a sticker, to be honest. And this is a higher end product. That's not totally acceptable. I don't care if you have geometric shapes in the background. You can't do that. You can't do that when you see the price of this, you're going to be like, yeah, they got to do on-card autos. I don't know what they need to do. I know the football season is short and half of it is spent on away games. It's not like baseball where they're in the clubhouse for days and days and days at a time and they could sign all their autographs. With football, I know you got to catch these guys, but something's got to give with these stickers. So you got typical Panini. I don't know how they will ever make Nike symbols and NFL shields more appealing because they put them in every product. It doesn't make any sense. You need to have some higher end stuff that doesn't include all that other stuff. Again, I'm criticizing, but I do like this design. These designs are really nice. So here's one where the autograph is on top of the card when it's in this orientation. I'm not sure what would happen if it was a sideways card, portrait, or what is that, landscape. But again, this is a sticker on top of a background that's printed. So, cool card, really nice design. Magmatic actually has a theme that's volcanic. Matrix, see, this is what matrix material. I get the etching thing. Well, one, I don't even get why electric etch is a parallel for this Obsidian. Now, if we're just kind of saying Obsidian is a thing and it doesn't matter what it means in the real world or in the scientific community, fine. But why you have matrix for this one, and then what is this? I don't know. This is just rookie autographs. And then you have magmatic, which sticks to that theme, and then you have these color blast and like the background space. It just none of this makes any sense as far as like keeping the inserts, parallels, and the naming convention on some sort of theme. I don't know. I know that a lot of you guys get into these breaks and you don't really care about the card itself. What you care about is who is on the card and what material or autograph is on there. But when you're building these sets, look, I feel like it's just done. They're just like, put out whatever we can. No one's going to care. They're going to buy this crap up no matter what. We don't really have to put a lot of thought into it. But, obviously somebody puts a lot of thought into it because there's designers and printers and everything. So obviously Color Blast is going to be, you're going to see that more because just like Nike symbols and just like NFL shields, Panini's going to kill the Color Blast. They're going to beat it to death and they're going to put it in like 400 products and you're going to basically find that everywhere. Hopefully that's not the case, but I believe this is going to stick to the short print format that they have, so there's not going to be very many of them. The black background obviously looks great. I think the white background looks better. The black background is a cool variation on that. Tunnel vision, again, what does that have to do with Obsidian? I have no idea. It doesn't, I just don't get it. So they're going to have some die cut cards in here and you're going to have to deal with that. I think die cut cards, I think that Pacific was the die cut master and Panini's kind of trying to carry that on. Here's another one, Orbital. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something with volcanoes there. There's volcanoes on other planets and other planets orbit the sun. So there you go. We tie it all together. Pretty cool. And one of the short prints is Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It is called Contra. Contra is a short print. So the cost of these cases is $59.49. So basically $6,000 per case at Steel City. Again, I use that price because it is a little marked up. I know that the breakers probably get a deal and a discount, so they might mark up things to make a profit. What I do is I'm going to tell you which teams have the most cards and what price you should pay if we were to treat all autographs, all memorabilia as the exact same. So let's say that every autograph in this set was treated exactly the same and it was valued at $1. I'm going to tell you what you should pay for that team based on the distribution of $6,000, $59.49 across all the autographs, across all the memorabilia, and that will help you determine whether or not you're overpaying for a team. Now, I've been looking at some of these breaks to see where my prices fall, and a lot of them are really similar, or man, they really oversell names. Like in baseball, if you follow baseball, Julio Rodriguez has been driving up the price of all the Mariners teams, and I'm telling you here, based on the statistics, whether or not it's even a realistic expectation that you're going to pull a Mariners card. In this case, football. Is it a realistic expectation that you're going to pull a 49ers card or a Texans card or what? So in this case, you probably have seen this before. These are the number of unique cards or sets by team. And if we order by that, you'll see that they are in this order: Packers, Steelers, Jets, Titans, Patriots. But if we actually incorporate the print run, and now I want to remind you, there are some cases where I calculate the print run myself, but in this product, all of the autographs already have determined print runs. So I didn't have to calculate anything. So this is the true exploded out print run for each team. It's in a different order because just because they have the most, like the Steelers have 98 unique cards. When you look at the print run, actually the Patriots have more cards. So if you're making your decision based on how many unique cards, unique sets there are per team, change that and use the print runs. So here they are for the top 10, and I'll go to the next 10. But if we distribute the cost of the case across the autographs, here's around what you should pay per autograph. This would be like if you and 30 of your friends were to share a sandwich and you cut it in unequal parts, basically how much you're going to get or what probability you're kind of purchasing into based on the price of the case. So the Packers, if they're going for $330, I'm not guaranteeing you're going to get anything, but with 4 autographs and 4 memorabilia per case or per box, you have a decent shot at getting a hit here. So keep that in mind. So I'm not saying you should pay $330 for the Packers, but I'm saying if you do, it's a decent chance that that's reasonable cost. But that only assumes that we're paying a reasonable cost for all the teams. So then here's 11 through 20, and then here's the bottom 21 through 30, and then there are going to be some defunct teams and just defunct teams and teams who have merged with other cities. So there you go. There's for the autographs. There's your list. Now, for the memorabilia, if you're trying to get some of these memorabilia, here's the top 10 and the prices that you'd pay. Now, obviously, don't pay this because you want to really base your pricing on the autographs. But if you wanted to collect memorabilia and that's what's valuable in your collection, hey, feel free to pay that because the chances of you hitting a 49ers card are greater, almost more than 1,000 cards higher than all the other teams. So your probability is much greater than any other team in this set. So you might want to pay a little bit more. Here's 11 through 20. And then here's the bottom right there. And we will go and look at the insert cards because you probably do want to chase some inserts. I'm not saying you should pay this for insert cards because a lot of these might not be very valuable, but some of them are, like the Color Blast. So based on non-autographed insert cards, the 49ers have the most, followed by the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bengals. Here's teams 11 through 20. Take screenshots. So if you haven't yet, go back, watch the part where I do the autographs, then the memorabilia. Take screenshots so that when you're making your decision, and you're kind of like, should I really pay $100 for this team? You know whether or not that team has any value. So this is just for insert cards. If you're chasing those, here you go. That's the total amount. If you bought every case of Obsidian, that's how many 49ers cards you'd get. And then we can talk about parallels. So there's the total number of non-autographed parallels in order. That's 1 through 10. So the Chiefs have the most parallels. If you're chasing those, hey, buy the Chiefs. And here's the distribution of costs, which again, I'm not saying you should pay, but I'm saying if that's what you collect, feel free. Here's 11 through 20, and then here is the rest. So on the low end, the Raiders, Giants, Dolphins, and Vikings, not a lot of parallels. And then, that's it for the distribution of the cost and kind of by card type. How is it broken out? Now I have figured out the checklist strength. I do that by figuring out popularity online of searches for players, memorabilia, and sports cards. And then I rank them and I give them a grade 1 through 5. And what I do then is I figure out, how does this product hold up against other products when those grades are evaluated equally across all the sets? So I am going to give a total product strength score. It's coming up. But just so you know, players on an individual player level are given a 1 through 5 as far as how popular they are. And what that means is if you get a card from that player, you should be able to turn a profit if it's a 4 or a 5. You might be quick to sell at a 5, a little less quick to sell at a 4, but still you'll sell it. And at a 1 or a 2, you're probably going to sell at a loss if you sell at all. 1 pretty much means that those cards are going to sit on your shelf or in a box forever, or you'll have to give them away. So this set, it has like very, very few 1s. I think there's only 2 players that even get a 1 as far as how frequently they're searched for and how popular they are. But there are 35% of the autograph checklist falls between a 4 or a 5. That's about average for Panini. They tend to have checklists in the autos that are really, really big in the rookie department. And what that winds up doing is it provides too many low-end, low-quality rookies that really aren't worth much. And that just happens. I mean, it's watering down. I don't know that it's intentional, but it happens with a lot of Panini products. But given the prices of this $6,000 price tag, 35% is pretty low. So I don't know. This product is, I'm giving it a 3.5, and that includes autographs and everything else, memorabilia, parallels, and everything. Personally, that's product strength only. That's not my personal rating. That's just on the numeric empirical score. It's always equal across all the products. And that's just what it is. I can't affect that. The only way that score can move up or down is if Panini themselves change the checklist and make the frequency of good, high quality, high value players higher and the frequency lower for the low end players. So this gets a 3.5. Now the highlights of this are obviously the color blast. Those are great. The contrast probably fine. I don't even think I saw an example of one. And those unique autograph designs, some people don't like the autograph on top, some people do, and I definitely hate the stickers. But here is it by team, a breakdown of product strength. So when you're looking at these cards and you're thinking, well, one team might have more cards than another team, but that team might have a ton of just, like I was looking at a baseball break and the Brewers were available. They had a decent number of cards, but when I looked at the players, they were all basically 2s and 3s. They had no Christian Yelich. They didn't really have. They have Corbin Burns, so maybe there was a 5 in there. But this is football, and you probably don't want me talking about baseball. So with this, the Packers just have more strength. They have more cards, and that's not just more individual players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. That's those players and the number of cards that they have in the autograph set. So if Aaron Rodgers signed 1,000 autographs, that's factored in. If Aaron Rodgers only signed 10 autographs, that's factored in. And so these scores can fluctuate. But in this product, the Packers have the highest strength of all the teams. I would definitely go in and pay the most for the Packers because the strength is high, the probability of getting a hit is high, and that's just where the Packers fall. Then the Jets, Steelers, Texans, Patriots, and this is just for the autograph checklist. I separated all the cards by who is autographed and how many their print run is, and that's just for this column here. The lowest teams, obviously these lower teams are going to be the ones that will join in with the LA Chargers, the Commanders, etc. But then after you get through that, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Panthers, Not a lot of value there. Yeah, Joe Burrow might be in this set. I have no idea. But he doesn't have a lot of autographs, so it doesn't make it a high value, high strength team. And that's evident by there are players in this set who signed autographs, just one or two, maybe 100, not thousands of them like some players do. So that's in reverse order. Let me just go in order 1 through 10, take a screenshot, 11 through 20, and then 21 through 30. If we do the same thing by memorabilia, this is the strength of the memorabilia checklist. Now I'm saying that price, if you distribute the cards by strength. So again, the 49ers have the highest strength of the memorabilia checklist, but they don't have the highest strength of the autograph checklist. So would you want to pay somewhere in between there if that's what the prices are for these teams? So that's 1 through 10. There's 11 through 20, and there's 21 through 30. Same thing for inserts. The highest strength for the insert cards is the Cowboys, so different from what we saw above. And there's 11 through 20 and 21 through 30. And then same thing for the parallels. If you're chasing those electric etch cards, get the Jets. And then we'll go to the next page. And the next page, there you go. That is by product strength. Now, once you get those cards, how long should you hold on to them? What should you do? Should you send them in to get graded? Do you have time for that? Should you sell them right away? Well, since 2018, when Obsidian started coming out, we see, this is around where the releases are. And then we see the popularity, the interest, the internet-based interest in these Obsidian products go down and really kind of hit a cliff around 25 months. So what does that mean? That means that month 1, the product comes out. Between month 1 and month 4, the product comes out. That's not January. That's just for the product that had the earliest in the year release. So this one was a couple months later. You have about 2 years before interest really falls off a cliff. So yeah, you have time to sell. These are months. These numbers are months here. So you have about 2 years. So the interest stays high for a good amount of time. But once you get to about 2 years, after really it's kind of settled science. Some of these rookies will sit for the first year. So 2018 rookies might still be highly sought after in 2019. And then after 2020, after that season's over and they've played, now we know who's good, who's bad, and you kind of see that dip. So make sure that if you buy into Obsidian as an investor, you don't wait too long. You do have time to get grades. Here's the popularity of my algorithm, 1 through 5 players, and the distribution across the set. So we find that the most players in the set are 3, but we do have a good amount of players in the 4 or 5, and there's still a lot in the 2. So that's why this product gets a 3.5. But there's very few 1s. So we have 80,000 cards that are going to be kind of just average. You might get the price that you expect. So relic card, I always use the Allen and Ginter jersey card as an example. Beckett always listed as $8. In this case, you'd get $8. In these, you'd get 10 to 20. In this, you'd get less. So that's kind of how you can think about that. Now the master checklist, let's just go over that real quick. Who has the most cards? And this includes autos, memorabilia, inserts, and everything. So unique sets, we're talking this column here. But when we incorporate the print runs, and I've calculated the print run for the base cards, it's probably somewhere between 170 and 200 print run for the base. Here's the teams with the most by total number of cards, then 11 through 20, and then 21 through 30. That's the order there. Let's go to, let's just see by print run what cards, how many cards there are. There are 752 1-of-1s. That's an insane amount of 1-of-1s. I always say it, Panini is killing the 1-of-1. They're putting way too many in their products. Topps is doing the same thing, honestly. I think the only people that even care about preserving this is Upper Deck. But they have 752 1-of-1s in this product, so a high chance of you getting a 1-of-1. Maybe 1 in every 3 to 4 or 5 cases. That's not too bad. But a 1-of-2, very rare. A 1-of-3, pretty rare. So there you go. There's the distribution by print run. Now we can look at print run by team. If you're chasing 1-of-1s, that's the only thing I'm really going to show you here is which teams have the most 1-of-1s. Here they are. Here's 1 through 10. The teams kind of get scrunched there. I need to basically expand this column so it doesn't do that. But here's 1 through 10. And you see that the 49ers have the most. Then here's 11 through 20. And then the teams with the least amount of 1-of-1s are the following. There you go. So those have the least. So keep that in mind. I mean, the top team has 3 times as much as the bottom team. So keep that in mind if you're chasing one of ones. Now, the rarest cards in the set, if you get a card and you realize it's the rarest card, the Electric Etch Red is a 1 of 2, and there's only one version of it. So so that's it. There's 2 of them. Is that right? Print run 2, number of cards 2, yeah. And so what that means is there's only one of them, and it's 1 of 2 and 2 of 2, and there's 2 of them. So that's the rarest card in the set. These are the rarest cards in the entire set. And I won't show too many more of that. It's just to kind of, you can take note of that. Now I do simulate a case break. I simulate 20 case breaks, and then I summarize those results for you so that I've given you what the checklist says, but now let me give you realistic simulated results based on what they say. You're going to get this many autographs per pack, this many base cards per pack, and then I simulate those case breaks so you can get a realistic idea of what to expect in this product. So here's the simulation results for case number 20. It just kind of, what I do here is just kind of show you, yeah, here's an example just to prove that I ran a simulation, and there it is. But now I'm going to show you more important information. How many cards per team did I get? Well, I got the most Lions, so that doesn't even match the checklist. There could be some anomalies in there. Then I got the Titans, Steelers, Texans. You don't get many cards per case, so that's what you get. I got the least amount of Bears, which stinks because I'm a Bears fan, and then these teams. So keep that in mind. This is a realistic result here. I didn't get any 1 of 1s in that case, and here are some of the notable inserts, parallels, and autos that I got. Did I get any Color Blast? I like those. Nope. Did I get any of the Contras? I did. I got 2 of them, which is probably maybe too many, but maybe not. I'm not sure what the print runs are, but there you have it. I got a Dak Prescott and a Nick Chubb Contra card, and then I got some pretty decent autos in here. I got that Aurora auto, Taylor, Aiden Hutchinson. I got some pretty good autos in here. Brandon Cooks. Let's see who else. There you go. So that's good. So then to smooth out those anomalies and show you what what was that for 1 case, right? Yeah. So for 20 cases, I'm going to smooth out the anomalies, really show you what happens when we do this over 20 cases so that things like random teams having the most cards in that simulation, they usually work themselves out in the 20 cases. So I did get a bunch of 1 of 1s. Here they are. People had expressed interest in seeing what the 1 of 1s might have been. So you need to buy 20 cases to get 8 1 of 1s. So that's an interesting metric. And here's some of the interesting cards I got in the simulation. For 20 cases, I got 3. So to get 3 Color Blast Blacks, I had to buy 20 cases. They're decent. Mahomes, McCaffrey, Eckler. Let's see, what else did we get? Contra. We got some Contras. Got a bunch of Contras. 37 of them in 20 cases. Is that realistic? I have no idea. Hopefully I got the print runs right on that. But there's some decent ones in here. So there you have it there. Now, this is the important stuff. For 20 cases, I got the most 49ers, then Titans, Jets, Steelers, Chiefs, Lions. Got the least number of cards from the Redskins, which obviously will be rolled up. This will be rolled up. But I got the Bucks, 22 cards. That's very low. So if you buy into a case break, I would be cautious about the Bucks. If you buy into 20 case breaks, still I would be cautious about the Bucks. But you could definitely be confident about the 49ers, Titans, and Jets. So there's that. Now I did get some 1 of 1s here. I got what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And here's the teams that I got them for. Go ahead and keep that in mind if you're chasing 1 of 1s. Within the first 20 breaks, that's what the 1 of 1s were. And in this simulation for teams by card type, I got 41 autographs for the Titans, 32 for the 49ers. And then you see the rest there. I will even show you some of the lower teams. This is actually 1 through 20. So you can see, and then if the team's not listed there, it's one of the lower ones. By insert card, we got the most 49ers. So there you go. Take a screenshot there. Memorabilia cards, 49ers. And that makes sense because they had the most. And then for parallels, there's that. So I'll just pause for another second so you could look at it. If you're chasing parallels, there's your answer. Now, for this product as a whole, I think that It kind of has like a Stadium Club feel with its quality and aesthetic appeal, and an Origins quality for like the tier of card it is. It's thicker. It's actually chrome, so it's not like Origins in that way, but it has higher value for the base cards alone, which means it has higher value for the parallels. The cards look great. I would put them on display. I like to display my cards, and they would look good. Base cards do hold their value over about that 2-year period, and they're held in a higher regard than I'd say about 90% of the Panini products that exist. Don Russ, Optic, things like that. This is going to be higher end. The etching foils are cool. I like that they're different colors, and the flooded background theme is pretty nice. And the base set, it's going to be tough to collect, which limits the set collectors, set builders, but there's only one per box, so I would just avoid it if you're a set collector. They're pushing Color Blast. I think they might overdo it at some point, but the print runs are low. So keep that in mind. And then you have a greater than average chance that these cards could become sought after or iconic. A lot of cards, like I mentioned it before, a rookie card in a random product like Select might never be iconic, although it might be. In this product, you might get one that people just freak out over and love, and it becomes higher value than it should because the aesthetic is so nice. And the checklist, they're above average for Panini because Panini likes to keep watered down checklists, but I think the majority is still middle tier. So be careful when you make your purchases. Casual collectors, yeah, this is a great product for people who just like having a nice collection of football cards. The people who like to get things graded, I would just do breaks. Don't bother with personal boxes because you're only going to get one base card, and all of the autos and memorabilia cards, they'll grade fine. Investors, yeah, you do whatever. I think these cards are going to hold value and they're good. Set builders, don't worry about buying this. Kids, don't buy this. You're going to ding them up. Black border cards are hard to keep in good shape. Team breaks, yes. Random breaks, yes. I think whatever teams have low autograph checklists actually make up for in the inserts, parallels, and memorabilia. So any random team that you buy, I don't think you're going to get screwed over. And that's it. That's Panini Obsidian 2022 football. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, what you like and don't like, and I will see you all on the next product. Bye.